Alright, this is a quick update, and yes, there are other more important events in the world right now that make covering this garbage completely irrelevant. But 343's cuck press continue to bend over at the sight of new content once again. And I swear to God, these people have amnesia. What the fuck is this? Every time 343 shits out a new update, all these emasculate 5-year-old grown-ass weirdos come out their mum's basement to glorify this bullshit garbage. No one is playing this game. The real fans were up and done with this mess 2 years ago. Season 5 is clearly more mundane, should have been there on day 1, bullshit content, and if you are still playing this garbage, you need to seek help. The gameplay is an arcady scope fest, lame play Twitch shooter at best, with players strafing left to right, climbing up and down, and sprinting through a maze of convoluted paths and corridors in the most drab, ugly, plastic maps put together in the most elementary efforts with the most technologically bankrupt slip space engine and forge tools. The most reliable play style in this crap is to walk around holding the R trigger. Literally, it's that pathetic. It's no wonder people call this garbage a fake FPS, because it is one. This game is a daycare for children, and all those fucking women and gender inclusive policies only to end up with male contractors who actually coded and built this game to clean up their failed DIY. Over $500 million, 8 years development so they can deliver a 10-year update scheme, shitting out generic armor cores to generate cash, and this crap can't even keep up with the live service. No update is going to save this garbage, because its foundation is a multifaceted contradiction put together by woke idiocy and women. Halo has now been prostituted out to various transmedia in a desperate bid to gain money, and they've collectively fucked over the IP. It's no longer a true exclusive now because you've sold it to PC for fucking keyboard warriors who grew up on tap water so they can use a mouse to literally trick shot and blaze their way through entire games, turning the experience into fucking Counter-Strike. I'm not even sure the developers even playtest this garbage.
Playtest is a time where people just goof off and they trash talk.
You do realize using a mouse enables certain weapons to be significantly easier to use, right? Can't be that fucking stupid. And it's moments like this that cement the fact that 343 have no idea what the fuck they're doing. You got 2 new game modes, one of which is called Extraction, which is a reimagining of a mode from Halo 4. And I'm gonna be honest, because I don't know what the hell this thing is. I didn't even know it existed in Halo 4 because the game was that bad. It's bizarre you're still trying to come up with these filler game modes and constantly recycle from previous games because you're that creatively bankrupt. What happened to all those so-called talented employees in your studio? It's amazing how you're able to reach seasonality with less staff, post-hiring freeze and job cuts. Firefight is making a comeback 2 years post-launch because they're releasing pieces of the game throughout the span of 10 years, claiming that this is free content. This isn't content at all. These are elements of the game which have been split into different seasons in order to support their 10-year plan. All of this should have been in the game on day 1, but none of it was because they wasted 8 years development time, proving that this feminist system simply does not work. And the mode itself looks fucking ridiculous because you rely on these goofy ass trollop looking NPCs. It was painful to play your campaign because of how disturbingly boring the enemy character design is, but now players have to suffer with the most mundane AI cringy voiceovers on these equally ugly ass maps.
You and me, human, hand to hand, gladiator style. Let's do it.
In fact, your poster art is a reflection of the mentality of your soft workforce, so shit comes across as fantasy. Who the fuck is your target audience here? The game is clearly designed for children. You're obviously getting most of your feedback from the fucking subreddit, pandering to the dreams of children who wanted AI in Forge mode.
AI in Forge. Actually, just a curveball really quick. I watched it on the side while my family was in the kitchen. I watched it on my phone. I couldn't help myself. And I watched it. I was just like...
All of a sudden, people think you're able to build your own campaigns with this stuff, ignoring that the in-game budget isn't even enough to cover a fraction of the space you're getting with these stupid-ass canvases. It's also taken 343 over a decade to implement Forge AI, considering there's mods out there providing a working concept, which honestly seem to work better than 343's garbage.
Oh, yeah. 3 months early. QA services.
That doesn't just happen.
No,
It's a strong effort.
Yeah, super strong effort. Super excited. Like, it
All
gives me
work in progress, as you know.
You don't get to say that, considering this studio released this crap, knowing how unfinished, bare bones, and uncreative the game is.
You're boring! You're fucking dull!
And I'm thinking about how much is still missing and how much is still broken. 7 years development, including an extra year delay. You get 2 new maps, which honestly look like more generic Forge crap. And that's because your dev tools work interchangeably with the Forge tools, allowing devs to quickly mock up maps by just placing objects anywhere, like it was fucking Unreal Engine. And you subsequently lose a sense of professionalism as you don't have any floor plans to show off because of said reasons. 2 maps is literally the bare minimum, especially considering how easy it is to put this crap together. You obviously expect the community to build and supply the game with more quick content.
Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
From a visual standpoint, these maps are absolutely pathetic. How many more underground cave maps are you going to constantly shit out? Are you that introverted? No HDRIs, no backdrops, no atmosphere, no ambience, no scenery anywhere. People will drop this crap in a week, guaranteed, because of all your weird gameplay design choices and mechanics which eventually seep into and ruin the player experience. And this is objective fact because your player base swiftly plummets back to 7K on Steam, and this crap can't even be found on the Xbox charts. Many of the problems I detail exactly in an upcoming review of this crap.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You're telling me this is flood-themed content when there is no flood form on this design anywhere? It's missing the flood spore completely. And they do this because the game's teen rating. You're unable to show gore, and it contributes to the overall flatness of the game. So you need to dilute flood-themed cosmetics so they now look closer to The Last of Us clicker. And this is why I continue to say this studio just set this IP's future up for the worst with these bonehead stupid design choices. Why does the teen rating exist? It's there so they can target child demographic and sell this garbage in the Asian continent, which maintains policies on censoring gore and violence. So ultimately you end up with a watered down experience. Jesus. And it's bizarre considering Bungie sold us something unique and didn't bend itself to anyone, yet sold millions whilst rivaled other games on the market like Call of Duty in its prime. This is clearly a strategic effort on 343's end to get this garbage in as many hands as they can to make the most money they can.
I smell shit!
And I would have shut up at this point if they had managed to provide a fully functional cross-course system, which it seems like you've just able to support helmets at this point, which I don't know if that's because you're that incompetent or just deliberate effort to spread this bullshit out to support your future updates. All of this is essentially nothing groundbreaking, and unfortunately I don't think this is enough to bring back and maintain a large returning player base, considering how much more leaked content is not anywhere to be seen over a year later.